Let's have a beautiful experience. In this video, we're going to talk about how focusing on the good can naturally raise your testosterone, your human growth hormone, and make your penis bigger. It's a beautiful thing. You gotta love it. Alright, before we get started here, please do me a huge favor. Please ring the bell, subscribe to the channel. Of course, give me that Arthur Fonzarelli thumbs up like so I say, hey, and make sure you, ring the bell because I'm putting content out daily like Rocky Balboa says. No bell. So make sure you ring the bell. Of course, follow me on my social media. I go by Jesus_Detroit on my Instagram, Snapchat. I'm YOUNGDAYGO. And that's right. In this video, we're going to talk about how focusing on the good can definitely help you grow. And that's what we're all about here in the BCC, the Big Cock Consciousness, the Big Cock Collective, where I help you manifest a bigger, wider, thicker, longer, stronger, and harder penis. Help you naturally raise your testosterone, your human growth hormone. I'm a spiritual guide. I'm here to, expand your mind and increase your size. So without further ado, I'm here to tell you about how focusing on the good can definitely help you, put you in that flow state and your growth state. And that's what this really all comes down to today. And, a lot of people out there, you find yourself, focusing on all the wrong things majority of the time. And when you do that, no good for nobody. So I'm sorry, I gotta say salute real quick. Oh yeah, I'm happy to have this water. That's a good thing for me. So anyways, what I'm talking about today is focusing on the good. You got to be happy for everything you got. Like Rocky Balboa says, hey, you ought to count your blessings. You're still a healthy person. And you know what? He's right. I mean, honestly, you got to focus on what you have that you can appreciate. I know that might sound cliche and like, how does that have to do with making your penis bigger and raising your testosterone? And all it has to do with, you got to keep you got to keep this clear. Like I always say, if you want beauty to appear, you got to keep your mind clear. And when you're clear, you're a conduit for growth, and you ain't got nothing, clogging up your runway. So this way, everything's just streamlined butterfly, just ready to make you increase your size. Because if you focus on the things that you have that are good, you're definitely going to enhance the rest of you. Like if you can focus that you have big calves, you can take that energy and you can, put it to the rest of your body. You just got to be willing to accept that, you don't just have big calves, you have big muscles. And when you're able to go with that flow, you're definitely able to increase your growth. And that's what focusing on the good all has to do with, and like I was thinking of little Nicky, when he's like, release the good, release the awesome, or whatever, it's a great movie. You know me, I'm a movie buff, and those are the things that always make me smile, make me laugh, and, whenever you get to those states, you're definitely doing the right thing, and that's what we all are anyways. We are all light, we are all love, and whenever you're coming with the, whenever you're doing something for yourself to make yourself smile, you're doing something beautiful. Because don't forget, the smile is divine. It's made inside the mind. It's felt beyond the body. It's felt in, in the astral realms. It's felt, it's a beautiful thing that needs to be utilized along with love, man. Whenever I get this heart pumping, always got to share that matrix hack every time, everywhere that I can. It's a beautiful thing to just go with. Whenever you see somebody in front of you in traffic, at the line at the grocery store, in front of you curling at the gym, or, just you hear somebody on the other line of the phone, just intend on that person, whoever it is, to have a beautiful day. No neutral thoughts, just intend on them to feel love in some kind of way and go along your day. And that's it, man. You make the world a better place when you do things like this. And of course, every day that you wake up, you got to do what I love to do. You just take that first breath. Before those feet hit the ground, we got to say, I got a shot today. It's a beautiful thing, man. Feel that energy. I feel beautiful. I feel powerful. And that's what you got to go with every day, man. When you wake up, You count your blessings. You feel beautiful. You just feel that you got to appreciate what you got. And whenever you do that stuff, it puts you into that receptive mode. And when you're in the receptive mode, you're in the receptive grow. And when you're focusing on what you have that's good, you can take, anything like, even like how you exercise, your diet. And here's something that's been just manifesting in my life is the fact that, one of my affirmations is really coming to fruition, and it has to do with my metabolism. I shared this before in a couple of my videos, but I'll share it again because I feel like it's it's worth a share, and it's definitely coming into my life. And I'll show you how this all correlates. But without further ado, I'm just gonna tell you what it is, and that is I am so happy and grateful that I have a high metabolism. My body burns fat and builds lean muscle mass abundantly. I can eat whatever I want, whenever I want, and gain only lean muscle mass. And then since I got myself pumping, I got myself growing, I got to get myself showing that mind muscle connection, getting the veins all snaked out, and that's something that you got to appreciate. I mean, you focus on the good like this, it transcends into the rest of you. I mean, the fact that I got these huge biceps with these beautiful veins that are snaking, I know I can transcend it to the rest of me to make myself just a growth. And that's what this all comes down to, because just like Paramahansa Yogananda says, the mind is the wielder of muscle. And like I like to say, I like to just kick it up another notch and let everybody, be reminded that we are all magic and we are all divine and we can increase our size. And this is a great mantra to just be saying when you're just pumping it up at the gym. You just keep it going. When you want to get one more rep in, you say, I am magic, I am divine, and I can increase my size. I have other videos where I'm screaming and yelling. I'm doing the yell where I'm just like, with no. I tell you, man, that really just is a testosterone, human growth hormone releasing action when you're putting yourself into that practice of just getting yourself there. And I know it might look crazy, but like I say, you train insane or remain the same. And that's what you got to be grateful for today, man. It's a beautiful thing, man. I love getting my pump going naked in a chair, and I ain't got to, go, worry about lifting any weights. You are your own resistance, and then when you put it into practice, I'm telling you, beautiful thing. I'm going to take another swig, and I started having to put some water next to me. Oh, yeah. It's a beautiful thing. I'm here for you, man. I'm just here to show you that you can grab energy, you can grab power at any given time. And you know what? The Tao practice, the Wu Wei flow, the path of least resistance, something that I like to practice. Another guy I preach on here a lot is Mind Tai Chi with the semen retention. And, we got that No Nut November going. And I'm telling you, man, I've been really growing. And it's been a beautiful month of just, really charging that chi and just leaking that pre-cum everywhere that I go. I'm sitting in a puddle of it right now. I know it might sound sick to some, but intriguing the most. And you know what I'm saying? It's, what I'm going with is, you don't have to wait the whole month. It's just, a good practice to definitely charge up your chi. And a lot of people don't understand, like with the whole no-fap movement. I got videos on my, my No Nut November updates, and I'm sure I'll give you one more when I make that explosion occur. And I've just been kind of just letting it, I've just been going with the flow of the month, and I'm really just, enjoying the grow. And, what you really tend to see is, your balls fill out a lot more, and you're leaking pre-cum, and it's easier to get an erection, which is definitely a state that I like to be in. Keeps it like you're on, like a Cialis or something, just naturally from the divine. And I feel that, that's what we really are, at a natural state as a sexual being. Because I feel like these bodies, the light that's driving these avatars, I mean, sex is felt beyond the body. But the body is a sexual, it's created through sex. So when you're manifesting the best, you're going to definitely want to strengthen up your sex practice, and you don't necessarily have to have sex with a partner in order to do this. Of course, if you have that, that's a beautiful synchronicity. I intend on everybody to find that partner, to find that magic, to make that happen. But I mean, you are your best partner at any given time. I mean, you can just, increase your size with everything you got. And, when you're using masturbation for manifestation, technique that can be taught more hands-on in the BCC, you're taking a practice that could have been looked at as a crutch or like something that's been slowing you down, and just really turn it around and help you manifest the best. You're turning it into an exercise, and with exercise comes extra size. So go ahead and write that down. And what we're going with today is all about focusing on, the good, focusing on what you have to be grateful for, counting your blessings. And that's what this really all comes down to, man. Like, because everybody's got some type of strength that they can focus on. And when you really just go into that zone, you're going to be in the right receptive zone for the growth. Because you got to watch yourself on a day-to-day anyways. And it's something that, everybody's like, I check myself along the way. And that's what you got to do. Like, you got to be like, if you're in a zone where you're just like constantly having to be right, like, and you're just, it's like a negative notion. Like, it could even be about, I don't know, a sports team or whatever, like just makes you just kind of like angry and upset. That's no good for nobody. You got to take a step back, take a breath, give that gratitude attitude, and you got to just go with, you know what? I'm not going to focus on anything that brings me down. I'm taking on things that just bring me up. You cut those weights off and you start floating, you start growing. And when you manifest yourself into the giant we intend to become, I mean, it's about your head's in the clouds, man. You ain't worried about the little gremlins at your feet. I mean, you might be mindful about where you're stomping on the concrete and, whatever car and house you don't want to stomp on, because you want to make sure you take care of those that you love. But what it all comes down to is you're not worried about any one thing. You know what I mean? That's what this one of my main intentions here is to take you away from yourself. Because you are your own worst enemy. You could talk to any spiritual enlightened person or guru or whoever. They always talk about you're the one that creates your own prison. I create. Yeah, I'm giving you a creed. I'm giving you some creed right now. But Apollo, you call it Apollo Creed, a clown. I know, I'm getting all excited. I'm all over the place. You know how I am, man. The holidays here. I got Rocky that's been on for the past couple of nights, and it's just the lines have been just really just resonating well with me. It always makes me smile. And anybody that's got a favorite Thanksgiving movie or a favorite holiday movie, I always got to say, you know what, write it down, because what this is all about is keeping yourself happy. Because when you're smiling, when you're in that zone, you're definitely doing something right. If you got to go, to have a drink with the universe, to have a toke, whatever you got to do. I don't condone the use of drugs, but I don't condone on you being depressed and down and sad. I condone on you to feel the best of who you are, and with the right with the right practice and the right balance and moderation and the way that goes with your flow. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful way to grow, and that's what it all comes down to, man. It's all about being happy and being at our best, and that's why focusing on the things that we have can definitely manifest and the best. And like me, like I'm always retooling things and going to the gym and figuring out my own fitness, because fitness is always ongoing, because we're always on growing. And when we're going with that, me, like I always talk about intermittent fasting and my my 1, 2, 3 technique. When I eat food, I just, number 1, I eat it, see how it tastes, see how I feel, and number 2, we check the deuce, and number 3, we evaluate. And with intermittent fasting, I've been learning that the fact that when I go to the gym, like I'm going hardcore, doing like like I'm burning 1,000 calories with the cardio, and then I'm doing a couple hours of my Groga and my stretching, and then I'm hitting a couple hours of weights. And when you're doing all this, your body is like I can work out like that, no problem, being a powerlifting could be a whole different animal. I'm just telling you where I'm coming from, and like, you know, I feel like depleted workouts, your muscles don't know no different. If they're getting pumped up and they're getting sore, mission accomplished. You know, does your bicep know whether it curled, you know, 150 pounds or, you know, 15 pounds? I don't, you know, to me, I don't think it knows. The mind's the wheel or a muscle. So be as it may, when we're talking about intermittent fasting, I'm finding that with my own practice, you know, when you wait 20 hours, 24 hours, and you're putting a hardcore workout on it, that is what was, I feel, you know, throwing me off, because I want, like, after I get out of the gym, I'm like slamming 2,000 calories, you know, roughly, you know, 1,500, 2,000. And when you're doing that in such a quick motion, like I would even break my fast at the gym, you know, with a banana and some, you know, granola bar. But I mean, that's just, you know, you really gotta, your body's really gotta acclimate before you're gonna just start throwing, you know, about 2,000, you know, 1,500, 2,000 calories down, you know, in such a quick, you know, period of time. Because when you get out of that gym, you're just slamming food, and of course you're making the right, you know, you feel like you're making the right choices, but if you're not, if your stomach ain't ready for the food, it's just gonna go right through you. And you know, like I say, you can focus on the good about that, because it's like, you know, nothing's gonna stick in that sense. But I mean, when we're talking about collective beliefs, and like, you know me, I gotta go with what collective belief can help me achieve. We obviously know that protein can help make you grow, and we're gonna want that to stick. So when I go with the notion of like, all right, we got retool this intermittent fasting a little bit, and I'm learning that it doesn't have to be, you know, obviously doing the warrior diet. I feel that, you know, like I said, it's always ongoing, but I'm seeing that if you want to lose weight, you're probably better off doing the longer fast. If you're more intended on putting on muscle, I feel that a quicker fast would be more beneficial. But nonetheless, I feel like a fast is the way to go, just because it definitely helps you grow. And like, it gets out of your way. Like I say, when you wake up and you ain't got any food in your system, like me right now, I haven't ate, and then I'm gonna go, maybe, you know, my new thing is I like to eat a little bit before I start my cardio. And that might, you know, you can't do, people say fasted cardio, this and that, and there's, like I said, there's collective beliefs on each side of this, but what I'm coming with is what's in me. And I'm learning along the way that what works for me is, you know, like, I'm like, you know, I gotta get that stomach ready for foods for me, you know, for when I get out of the gym. And it's like, if I'm going to be in there for 4 hours, or, you know, 6 hours, whatever it is, you know, I just want to make sure that I got something. You got to have something in that period of time, because otherwise you're waiting 24 hours, and then, you know, the last thing you had was maybe 2 hours ago. We're talking a banana. You got to have something more. And I feel that, you know, putting some protein in you is definitely, you know, the way to go, the way to grow. And I'm, like I said, I'm going, you know, I'm figuring this out along the way, and I'm finding how to utilize these practices for the best manifestation. And I'm here to like teach you stuff along the way as well. And that's why, you know, I'm a spiritual guide and a mentor. You know, like I said, I can put programs together to help you, you know, lose weight and help you put on muscle. And I'm just going off of my own flow, and it's definitely been helping me grow. And I'm really, you know, I'm happy to be part of that, man. I'm really I'm counting my blessings, you know. And anyways, with that, you know, we're talking intermittent fasting. We got a beautiful holiday season that's upon us. And like Rocky says, yo, to you it's, hey, yo, to you it's Thursday. Hey, yo, to you it's Thanksgiving. To me, it's just Thursday. Absolutely. And all these movies, they make me laugh. And go ahead, get out there and watch something that makes you smile. Make sure you spread some love today. Of course, you know, with the holiday coming up, you know, I feel like I might as well preach one of my favorite practices before I go, and that's the Ho'oponopono. And with that, take another swig. Anyways, what Ho'oponopono is when you go back, you can go into your shadow. Anybody that ever made you feel something, or if you feel like you made somebody feel something negative, or however it made you feel, you got to go back and you got to pretty much rewrite the script. And you gotta just, this is a practice that you're pretty much clearing your karma. And like I said, with the holidays coming upon us, this is something that you can definitely be, thrown into the mix, and it'll definitely keep you clear for growth, keep your karma right. And when we're going with Ho'oponopono, it's 4 magical phrases that are very simple. And you just go back, and all you're doing is, like I said, something that made you feel something that could have been negative, made you feel anxious, just made you not feel right, that took you away from the source light where we're not all, in that happy zone. Anything that made you feel something, you got to go back and you just got to say, I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And that's it. You say those four phrases over and over. You say, I am sorry, because you got to take ownership, because it's a two-way street. No matter what, even if somebody did something to you and you felt like you were in the wrong, you got to remember, you got to get out of the way of your ego. Your ego always wants to be right, and all it means is edging God out. So when you go with that ego flow, you just step away. And then you just go with, the please forgive me, because you gotta ask for forgiveness. And then you gotta say, thank you, because gratitude's the attitude, and I love you, because, you gotta come from the heart. And with that, I feel like this is a beautiful way to close this beautiful experience, because there's gonna be plenty more to come. Of course, you got to make sure you get out there, spread love every which way that you can. Like I say, man, just intend on everybody to feel beautiful. No matter where you're at, remember, you're in the winning circle, because you create it, man. In your head, in your mind. Like I always say, we might all be from, the same planet, but we're all from different worlds. So keep your world full of love, and it's definitely going to reciprocate and come back, and the growth is always there. Let's intend on becoming the giants that we are. Let's become beautiful. We are beautiful. We are love. Let's intend on spreading all this, because what we spread out comes back. Let's intend on feeling confident. Let's intend on being beautiful. And that's all this is, man. We're from the stars. So get out there, spread some love. Make sure you follow me on my social media. There's going to be plenty more, beautiful updates. I got my bear and my wolf over there snoozing. My cat C's taking care of the neighborhood. We got the holidays upon us, so make sure you get out there. No Nut November. It's almost, we got only a few more, I guess, a week or so. And you know what? If you're participating, it's a beautiful thing. Either way, just charge up your chi. Listen to Montauk Chi, charge it up. It's a Tao practice. You'll definitely feel stronger, and help you manifest bigger muscles. That's what we're all about here, and a bigger penis. Have that huge piece of meat. Swing at the knees, thrive to the pecs, making you your best. And with that, I just want to tell you guys that I love you guys. There'll be plenty more beautiful experiences to come. And of course, ring that bell, because I'm putting content out daily. Yo, I didn't hear no bell. Well, I heard a bell now, but I didn't hear no bell. So ring it anyways. Do it for Rocky. Do it for Sly. Do it for you. Do it for me. Do it for the universe. You guys are beautiful. I'll be seeing you around. Peace.